Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing well. Now this is your weekly reading from the 7th, I guess? No, the 9th to the 15th of February. Now because it's the week of Valentine's, I wanted to do or use some love related decks, but just so that like some other messages come through, I used the Mermaid Oracle deck, which is also supposed to be like a love and romance related deck, but I don't really feel that it is because not all the cards are really like love and romance related. So for that reason, I coupled this reading with the Love Whispers deck, and I pulled one card from the Love Whispers deck, and so we'll see what comes through. Now, the first card that came up from the Mermaid Oracle is Fertility, and it says potential, powerful creative energy, initiation energy. So what is interesting is, all the astrologers say you shouldn't initiate anything on a Mercury retrograde. But it seems with this card that some of you guys might be itching to start something new before the retrograde finishes. I think it finishes on the 11th, they say anyway. But yeah, on the 11th. So what this card is saying is that there's definitely something that you want to bring about, something that maybe you're working on, you haven't maybe told people about, maybe just like the baby like in the womb, maybe it's like in the conceptual stage. This actually could represent pregnancy too, so this might be a time where if you're wanting to have children, expand your family, that might be news that you hear about this week. Or it could just be a case of any kind of project that you're planning on doing. Now you might be in the creative phases. I really get the idea that with this energy, it's like a lot of you guys are going to be in a really creative space. Like you're really going to want to initiate something, bring them about. Again, they do say that maybe it's best to like leave it till after the retrograde passes, but to me personally, I feel like sometimes life just goes on. Sometimes you just have to do something regardless of what is passing. So if again, you don't have to listen to me, like you can wait if you want to, but I guess I'm that kind of person, like when I feel the drive to do it, I just want to do it and I just don't care. Like to me, it's just best to do it when the like they say, strike when the iron is hot. That's the kind of person I am. But I think that when it comes to this kind of what is happening with this card, when I look at it, it's really, to me, it just feels really deep, and it almost feels like really intuitive as well. So I feel like maybe some of you guys are just really feeling within your heart, within yourself, that like it's just the right time for you to do something, or the right time for you to just make the active steps. Again, I guess it doesn't really matter with the Mercury retrograde, because if it's like something that you are just thinking of, something that you're not really in this the you're not at the point of initiation, then it's fine anyway. But this might just be a time where maybe you're just playing with ideas. Maybe there's just something new that you've heard about, been inspired, and you might be in the very early stages. But what this card is also speaks about is, as you can see, the lady holding on to the baby. It's saying that your ideas, just like a child, it is very precious, and it's something that you have to really protect. Sometimes other people won't be able to see your vision. Sometimes other people might even, not to be bad, but maybe some people, they might even want to take your ideas and turn it into their own thing. Or there might be some people that just don't encourage your ideas. So what I would say is be very protective and guarded, especially when you're in the very early stages of something, in terms of just maybe not sharing it with people yet, maybe not until at least it's ready to be launched or soon to be launched or something like that. But if you're in the early stages of something, it might just be the time where you kind of just spend a bit more time by yourself, just working, putting things together, and just doing that kind of thing, and maybe not really showing it to the world yet, or putting it out there quite yet, until like it's ready. The next card is Sanctuary, and it says at the bottom, privacy, personal space, respected boundaries, and taboo. So it seems that in the middle of the week, this might be a time where you spend by yourself. It might be a time where you don't really want to be around other people. You maybe, just like you can see the mermaid doing here, you might just want to just stay in the bath and soak and just sort of be away from the world. And to me, that's entirely okay, because I'm definitely the kind of person that, even though like I don't mind being around people, I do really like having my own space and just being able to kind of just chill out for a time just by myself and just relax for a bit. So if it's been a long time since you've done that, this week might be a really good week to do it. It might be a good week to just do something really nice for yourself, pamper yourself in some kind of way, do something really relaxing, even if it's just playing sort of calming music in the house, or again having a long bath with some really nice oils in the bath, like essential oils or nice bubble baths and stuff like that. But it just would be a really good time for you to just treat yourself and pamper yourself, just to sort of take care of yourself and give yourself the break that you need. Because when I look at the fertility card with this card, it even speaks to me of somebody that could be like a mom, or like even a dad, like a parent that might just be all about their kids, and they might not have time for themselves, or they might not even have time even for their partner. And so it's kind of saying that you have to kind of make the time for you, for self-care, and to yeah, it's wonderful, especially when you're a parent. You can be so wrapped up in your kids and doing stuff for them or doing stuff for other people that you don't really get time to look after yourself. But this week is saying it might be a good time for you to just make a bit more time just to take care of yourself, do something nice. It doesn't even have to be the whole day, it could just be for an hour or something. But yeah, that might be beneficial to do. And again, you don't necessarily have to be a parent. I'm just feeling that way. But you might not be a parent, but you just might be the kind of person that does a lot for other people and haven't really taken so much time for yourself. So this last card is Divination, and it says prophecy, fate, destiny, and future fortunes. And what I see with this card is it's talking about synchronistic messages, is talking about messages from our guides, from angels. It's to me, when this card shows up, it's like you have the gift of foresight. Something may happen that you might have thought it was gonna happen. It might be something that you was like, okay, I get this feeling that this is gonna come about, and then by the end of the week, it actually does come about. Because even when I look at the very first card, to me, there's something about her that really does speak of intuition and speak of psychic connection. And then by the end, you have divination. So even for those of you that do actually practice divination, it could be a case of you do a reading for yourself or for somebody, and it happens exactly the way you said it was going to happen. Or it could be that even if you don't practice any form of divination, you might just have an inner feeling, inner knowing, like a psychic connection, and all of a sudden something really weird happens and you find out, oh wow, like I thought that was going to happen and it did. So it's almost like saying this week that we're really in tune with that psychic energy and very intuitive energy. And I think that's really good, because especially being that we do have Valentine's Day, it seems that, if you are coupled, you're going to be very in sync with your partner. Or even if you're not coupled but you like somebody, you might be very in tune with their energy as well. Or even just the energies of people that surround you. So yeah. And then the Whispers of Love card that I pulled is embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So this might be a good time for those of you that like somebody to actually tell them how you feel. And maybe that might be the beginning of a relationship for you. Maybe that's what these other cards might be referring to for some of you guys that you like someone. It might be a case of maybe you like somebody and maybe that person approaches you and then you get the opportunity to say how you feel. Because sometimes that can happen too. Sometimes you can really like somebody and you might not even be consciously wanting to connect with them, like on a psychic level or anything like that, but you might just be always thinking about them and always like wishing, oh, I wish that person would talk to me, I wish. And then it can actually happen because you've been sort of unconsciously calling for it, and then that person almost does get the message like psychically, and they're like, oh hi, I just felt like calling you, or I just like, they just start talking to you out of the blue, and you're like, oh wow. you know so all of that stuff can be what happens this week. But I really feel like when I look at these cards, that something magical is going to be taking place for everyone this week, something like out of the blue, kind of a bit eerie. like there's it's like has that kind of feel to these cards. But there's definitely somebody's gonna have like some kind of aha moment where they're like, oh wow, exactly what I thought was gonna happen like actually happened this week. Which is good. So yes, I'll see you guys. Bye.